top reasons why regional visas are good options. We've probably covered this already, but we'll run through them. First point is an important point, and that is that your occupation could be on one of the other lists. It's not on the top list, but you can still qualify for a regional visa. The employment opportunities, farming, industrial, mining, tourism, they're essential to these regional areas and provide you potentially an opportunity to qualify for those regional areas. The regional areas, often they have a great network of migrants who have settled in those regional areas, and those migrants who have settled there provide you a network of people to interact with, to become part of their community, and that's often easier to do in a regional area than it is in a metropolitan area. Often in the regional area, they're very welcoming. They want you in their community. They want to involve you in all sorts of community events, schools and sporting events. So it's easier quite often to feel at home in a regional area when you tap into that local migrant community.
I think that's also a good point, because a lot of my friends, most of the time they only look at bigger cities, because the assumption is they'll be victims of racism if they'll go to regional areas because there's a lot less migrants there. But I think from what you're saying, it's actually the opposite. They're much more welcoming because they need the talent, they need the skills for the job posts, right?
Yeah, I think that's right, Denise. And our client in regional New South Wales, who has a group of Filipinos working for them, will testify to that they've been welcomed into the community. They're very much a part of the community now, and whilst they have the opportunity to leave and go and live elsewhere, they've chosen not to. We've touched on standard of living and cost of living in regional Australia. Standard of living and the livability of regional Australia is excellent, and the cost of living is a lot less. You're going to spend less on rent or less on a mortgage. You're going to spend less on just general living expenses. The schooling in regional areas, generally speaking, you're dealing with small schools that have smaller classroom sizes. Children are getting more one-on-one interaction in a classroom situation than they might be in the metropolitan areas. So go to the regions. Okay, so our key advice, I'm conscious of time, but we need to wrap this up soon. Do your research on the regional area you're considering. Think about what the requirements are of that particular state or territory. Go to their website or consult with a migration agent. Come and talk to us. We'll help you to decipher what's probable and what's possible and which regions are looking for you. Ensure that you're prepared. So when you submit your expression of interest, you need to be prepared. You need to have a skills assessment. You need to have an English language test. Both the skills assessment and the English language test are valid for 3 years. So what I've seen a lot with clients is that they are waiting for a occupation or a skill list to open for a particular state government, and they're waiting for that opportunity to open. And then when it opens, they're not ready because they haven't done their skills assessment, they haven't done their English language test, they haven't got all their reference letters together, and then they're in a mad scramble to prepare themselves for a submission to the state government. And everyone else who's prepared gets in front of them, gets in the queue in front of them. So get prepared is a really good key piece of advice. And the last point there, which is if you spend time out of Australia, this does not extend the visa. So the visa is issued for a finite period of time, and there's certain compliance that you need to undertake within that period of time in order to qualify for your next visa. So it's really, really important that you understand what's the next step to permanent residency. What do I need to achieve within this 3-year period or within the 5 years of the visa that it's granted for?